Hey, if you're just jumping on, I am LuSundra Everett, and today we're going to be talking about being stuck. I am participating in a 21-day meditation with Deepak Chopra and Oprah. I love these things, guys. Great meditations. But I'm participating in that, and it is just, this one is focused on getting unstuck. But one of the, over the past couple days, we're on day 3 now. But the focus is on really understanding what it means to be stuck and how it manifests in your life. I think a lot of times we're stuck and don't even realize we're stuck. And they have really just, been able to verbalize that to help you really get whether or not you're stuck. And I thought it was absolutely fabulous. So I'm popping up my notes here. One of my favorite online apps is the Journey app. It's an online journal, so it allows me to, of course, journal digitally and have access to those notes anywhere. Okay, so let's talk about it. So what does being stuck look like? All right, so one of the things that they shared, and I also have my scribble notes too, because when I'm writing and scribbling, it's just a hot mess. And so I go back and decipher it and when I put it into my journal. But one of the things that they talked about with being stuck is that if you find yourself repeating the same things over and over again, if you find yourself feeling the same emotions over again, then you probably are stuck. And I do believe that we go through different periods of being stuck, meaning that we could be stuck in a cycle for a year, have a year cycle of stuckness. And we do this already, right? We do this already because at the beginning of the year, we're talking about setting goals, starting anew, we're setting resolutions and all of that. And then by, the summer, all that foolishness has gone out the window, right? Every one of those resolutions has just gone out the window. You don't even remember what you said, much less anything else. And so then as we get into the fall, then we start talking about, okay, oh my gosh, I got to get holiday ready, right? And then come Christmas time, then we start thinking, we go look back over the year and think, am I better off today than I was a year ago this time? And most of the time, the answer is no. But if you find yourself going through that cycle and you're coming back in the same place every single time, wondering how in the world did I get here again, you are stuck. And it's awesome to know that now because it's awareness. It's all about awareness. He had a great quote about awareness. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it because I was totally scribbling. Okay. Because he talked about, of course, awareness being the first step to changing anything, because you can't change what you're not aware of, right? If you're not awake to know these things, then you can't change it. And so with this meditation, it's designed to wake you up to that fact. And so let me tell you about how that looks for you mentally. And you guys have heard me talk about this before, because what happens is when we get in a habit, there's a neural pathway in our brain where we're used to feeling these same feelings. We're used to it. And our brain is going to make us stay within what we're used to. Our brain puts us in this comfort zone. It's like a rut in a dirt road. Once that is worn, you don't even have to be awake anymore. Your mind isn't awake anymore. It is totally sleeping, and you're just going through what's familiar. And your brain is, basically taking a siesta, saying, when we're doing something different, wake me up and I'll pay attention. All right. So that's what what being stuck is, and you got to be awake. All right, so let me talk about what happened on day 2. Let me open this up. Okay, so what he talked about in day 2 is talking about really being present in the present right here, right now, because it's the present that is ever lasting. The present is everlasting. We can't be back in yesterday. We can't be, stuck in tomorrow, focused on tomorrow. We have to be here in the present moment, because it's in the present moment when we make the decisions that really matter. We're not the same person that we were 5 minutes ago. You're not the same person now. You're not the same person now. You're not the same person now, right? You're constantly moving forward and evolving. And that's what Deepak was talking about, is that focus on that awareness that you're being present and understanding where you are right here, right now in this moment. You're not dwelling on yesterday, on the decisions you didn't make yesterday, on what you didn't do yesterday. We're not dwelling on that. We're focused on the right here and the right now. What can you do right now that is going to get you out of this stuck pattern? What can you read right now? What activity can you perform right now? What decisions are you making right now that are affecting your life, that are keeping you stuck? Here's a prime example. Let's just say that you're stuck in at a financial goal, right? Let's say that you have been making 5 figures. Okay, come on. Let's just say you've been making the same amount of money. I don't care how many figures it is. You've been making the same amount of money over and over and over again. What is the problem? What is the rut? What decisions are you making right now? And that's the question that you have to be conscious enough to ask yourself. What decisions are we making right now? Okay, so one of the things that Deepak said is, we limit ourselves when our attention leaves the present and attaches to the past or the future. So you're spending more time thinking about yesterday and you're thinking about tomorrow, but you're not thinking about what's right here, right now. Okay. And they said the present never stops. The present moment is where life happens. The present moment, what is happening right here, right now, that's what happens. Because when we're stuck, it's old choices, they linger. Old wounds create pain. Old habits make life dull and repetitive. And that is so true. When you think about, you're just going day in and day out, day in and day out. You're not thinking about what you're doing, why you're doing it. You're just going with the flow. Okay. And it makes for a dull life. But then he talks about how to get centered, how to refocus yourself, because he said a calm, centered mind isn't distracted. You got to write that down. A calm, centered mind isn't distracted. It is in the present moment automatically. Focused mind, a calm, centered mind. And so this is how you have to, you've got to regroup yourself, right? To get out of that stuck feeling. Okay. And so when you can identify the feeling of being calm, of being focused, when you can identify that feeling, you can get to it anytime you want to. This is so great. Okay. Because what he's saying is that when you're feeling that feeling of stuckness, whether that is a sense of overwhelm, where it's a sense of, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here again. Whatever that feeling is for you that represents being stuck, also be able to recognize what it means to be calm. Okay. What does it mean? How does it feel when you're focused? And when you know that focused feeling, then you can call on it anytime that you want. You simply, okay, this is what he says. You've got to, first of all, take some time. Take a deep breath, okay? You need to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Feel that feeling of focused mental energy, of a calm, centered mind. You can feel that. Take some deep breaths, okay? Close your eyes and take some deep breaths. And then open your eyes. And when you open your eyes, just look at what is in front of you at that moment. And even if something causes you to want to have a reaction, you've got to choose that reaction, and you have the power to do that, okay? Because you're not the same person you were 2 minutes ago. So don't make that person real. You're in the here and now. So you take the time to say, okay. So I'll give you an example. There are plenty of times when I am working and I am moving, and then I get that sense of right? And when I close my eyes and take a deep breath, the first thing I notice is the state of my desk. If my desk is a mess, then normally I'm a mess. So the first thing that I have to do to get myself back to where I was into my focused state is I've got to get my desk cleaned and organized. Okay, I have to put things in some sort of order so that I can focus on that moment. Okay, so this is awesome. Okay. The other thing that the benefit of being aware is that we are constantly we're hardwired for change, for constant change and adaptation. Our bodies do that for us. We have a point of homeostasis where our bodies are, okay. So for instance, let's look at when you go outside. When you go outside and it's hot, your body doesn't burn up. Your body produces sweat to keep your body cool, to keep us at that 98.6 degrees. But when you go inside in the air conditioning, the sweating stops. But then when it starts to get cooler, it can be 70 degrees in the building, 65 degrees, but your body temperature doesn't go down to 65 degrees. It stays at that constant 98.6 degrees. That is our body's way of adapting. We have some great stuff here. And that's what awareness does this for us mentally, because when we are at that point of being conscious of what's going on around us, then we can get back to that point of homeostasis where everything is cool. Well, when before we were a hot, ridiculous mess, we can go back to, okay, where am I, where everything is, everything is kosher, that everything is flowing like it's supposed to be. You can get back to that. You just have to realize that you're not there. Don't let chaos become normal. Chaos is not normal. We were not designed to be in chaos. We were designed to be in peace. Because here's the thing, you choose how you respond. You choose how you respond to any type of stimulus and stimuli that's coming in. You choose how to respond when your kids are acting crazy. You choose how to respond when somebody cuts you off in the road. You choose how you respond if someone says something nice to you, or if someone is mean to you and insults you. You have those choices. You have the choice of how to respond to your environment. So, when we're talking about being stuck, you just have to ask yourself, where was I a month ago? Am I in the same spot mentally? Okay, because we're never in the same moment twice. Never, ever, ever. This moment is gone. It's gone. It's gone. We're never in the same place twice physically, but we're there mentally. You get what I mean? And so that's what being stuck is all about. If you are constantly repeating the same feelings, the same words, the same emotions, you're finding yourself in the same spot over and over again, you have to stop. You have to take a time out and wake up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and say, okay, I've got to do something different here. Okay, so that's what being stuck and being aware that you're stuck. So now I have to ask you, what are you doing? Are you stuck? Oh, I've got to tell you some great questions that they ask. With every one of these meditations, they give you great ideas to journal about. And if you go and answer these questions, I'm telling you, it is some great stuff. My journal closed down. I don't like that my journal closed down. We go back. All right. So in day one, it usually gives you 3 questions. I don't know if you can see that. I hope it doesn't glare. Oh, it's glaring. But anyway, just go sign up for the meditation. Okay. Anyway, so the first one, it says, consider the person you want to be. Write down 3 things you value in this person, in this version of yourself, such as, I want to be emotionally fulfilled, I want to have high self-esteem, or I want to have a harmonious family life. Number 2, taking your 3 examples, describe the gap between who you want to be and who you are now. For instance, I often lack emotional fulfillment. My self-esteem isn't as high as I want it to be, or my family is having issues right now. And number 3, reflect on how you can close this gap. Pick any of the values you listed and write down 2 things you can do today to get unstuck, bringing yourself closer to who you want to be. Don't worry if the steps are small, so long as they are positive. And so when we're talking about being stuck, that's where we are. When we're stuck, we're in that gap between who we are and who we want to be, what we have and what we want. We're stuck. We're in there somewhere. Okay. All right. So listen, let me see the name of this actual meditation. So I can tell you exactly where to go. Because they have an app too. So the app is absolutely wonderful. Okay, I need to go to the website. Whatever, just Google it, okay? Deepak Chopra and Oprah 21-day meditation experience is going on now, getting unstuck. Oh, and after the 21 days is over, then they do put these babies up for sale, and they are awesome, okay? So that's it for me. Listen, guys, if just think and reflect a little while. Take some time to think and ask yourself, am I stuck? And really define what that means to you, because then once you're aware, then we can start to change it, okay? So thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm usually here Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock-ish. It's the summertime, so that ish can be a little bit later, but I try to be on time. And that's it for me. Make sure you subscribe to my live notifications so you don't miss anything. And if you like this, if you got some value, I'd love it if you share it out. All right. Thanks.